In the quiet village of Prey Veng, everyone knew the name Angkar. It was whispered in hushed tones, as if speaking it aloud might summon the ghosts of the past. Among the villagers was Dara, a schoolteacher who had spent the better part of her life piecing together the fragmented history of her homeland. Dara's father had been one of the millions who perished during the Khmer Rouge regime. His death had left an indelible mark on her soul, compelling her to seek the truth behind the shadows that continued to haunt Cambodia. On a blistering summer afternoon, Dara received a letter postmarked from Phnom Penh. It was from an old colleague who had uncovered a set of documents from the S-21 prison, scrutinizing the lives and eventual fates of the prisoners held there. One name caught Dara's attention: Chantha, the brother she had never met but had heard stories of from her mother. Swallowed by the regime, Chantha had become a ghostly figure in the family lore. Determined to follow this new lead, Dara set out for the capital. Phnom Penh was a bustling city, a sharp contrast to the somber workload Dara had taken upon herself. She navigated her way through the crowded streets, finally arriving at the Tuol Sleng Genocide Museum, formerly the notorious S-21 prison. Her heart pounded as she entered the building, each step echoing memories of suffering. In a dimly lit room, Dara met with her colleague, who handed her a faded photograph of a young man, Chantha. Tears welled up in her eyes as she recognized the resemblance to her father. The documents unveiled a harrowing tale of resistance. Chantha had been a schoolteacher too, using his position to educate and protect children from Angkar's indoctrination. For his defiance, he had been tortured and executed. Dara felt a mixture of pride and sorrow. Her brother's sacrifice had been immense, a stark reminder of the resilience that ran in her blood. She knew her quest was far from over. Dara returned to Prey Veng with a renewed sense of purpose. Each lesson she taught in her small classroom now carried the weight of her brother's legacy. She began organizing community events to commemorate those who had suffered under the regime, ensuring that the stories of individuals like Chantha would never be forgotten. In this way, Dara continued to fight the battles that her brother had started, preserving the history so that future generations would understand the cost of tyranny and the value of freedom. The shadows of Angkar still lingered, but Dara was no longer afraid to confront them. She had turned the whispers into a clarion call for remembrance and justice, lighting a path forward through the darkest corridors of Cambodia's history.